Welcome to the Wild Cannons podcast. My name is T. In the studio, we also have Jeff and we have Ryan. Both say hello.
Hello.
What's up? What's up?
And we do have our special guest today. We have Owen O-Dawg Cline. How you doing?
So good, my dog.
Oh, awesome. Love it. We're talking downstairs. What were you doing earlier today?
Just got home a couple days ago. So, excuse me. Me and a buddy, his name is Justin. We went to Liberty Lake Trailhead Golf Course and smacked some balls.
Nice.
May have shanked a couple, may have hit a couple slices, couple hooks, but, some went straight. They actually just redid the golf course, so it's like super nice now, and I'm like showing up in like super long jorts and like my skate shoes and shit. So it's like I'm not in the best attire here for this fancy golf course. But,
doesn't matter. Yeah.
We it was my first time using this machine here for the balls, like the driving range, like the ball dispenser thing. And it was like do it yourself. And I'm used to like the homies like doing it for me because this is like a new golf course, so it's like nice. And I walk up to the machine and I put in this code for like a large basket of balls. And I'm done typing in the code. And I hear the machine like do its thing, like process the code and like start making noises. And I'm like, oh shit. I look now and I'm like, I don't got a basket underneath this spout.
Lottery.
And
Casino.
my homie is just standing there watching me, like just behind me. And all of the balls just start shooting out onto the floor. It's a concrete sidewalk, so they're just bouncing everywhere. I'm like on all fours, like trying to pick all of them up. And there's no baskets. My buddy just leaves, like, I'm going to go try to find a basket. And there's this random dude just like laughing at us. I'm like, oh my God.
Say everybody in their collared shirts just giving you dirty looks and just like,
dude, yeah, some old homie in some glasses just like sitting there laughing. I'm like, I know this is funny, but just spent $12 on this large basket of balls, and I'm trying to get every single one here.
Giving balls to everybody.
Yeah, I was like, it's my first time. I'm a first timer.
You get a ball. You get a ball. Well, I mean, I love it. I think a lot of us do golf outside of, our snowboard season, have something to lean back on. And I've always thought of like the two hardest sports have been golf and skateboarding.
Golf is so hard.
And it's so much so much body awareness on it. So fun that you're out there doing it. Next time you know that you'll need to bring your, big bucket with you.
Dude, I just wasn't. Now I know. I'm not going to make that mistake again, obviously.
Now you know. All right, awesome. We're just going to get in the thick of it right from the get-go.
Let's do it.
We like to think of telling the story, but I'm just jumping to your Instagram handle and where that name came from. Maybe say what it is, and then...
Yeah, so 8-ounce juice box is the Instagram handle. It actually, most people, I don't know if most people remember this, but before it was 8-ounce juice box, it was Meat Stick 04. And that was
two stories.
Yeah, that was a nickname that my buddy's dad, Johan Malkowski, he gave me that name or gave me that nickname when we were kids, like just ripping around Stevens Pass. Like
Meat Stick young. Was your
meat? Yeah, he just called me Meat Stick. Like, what's good, Meat Stick? And then I think Juice Box just like popped up because I was like drinking like Capri Suns and like little juice boxes and shit. Mm-hmm. And it just like popped up, and then he like started calling me that, and then it like caught on, and I changed my Instagram. And then when we were kids, there's this movie with Will Ferrell and Mike Ditka. It's called Kicking and Screaming. It's a soccer movie. Mm-hmm. It's pretty funny, and there's a scene where because Mike Ditka in the movie is like Will Ferrell's like assistant coach for the soccer team or whatever, and they're at a soccer game, and Will Ferrell's like screaming at him or whatever because he's like, you're my juice box guy. He's like, if I tell you to go get a damn juice box, you go get me a damn juice box. Like just yelling at Mike Ditka. The scene's hilarious, dude. He's like, Mike Ditka's like, you know who you're talking to? Will Ferrell's like, yeah, I'm talking to Juice Box Guy. So, like, like ever since then, like my dad is always like it's always kind of like a joke in the family, like, oh, juice box guy, like
Such a good quote. And yeah,
it's pretty funny.
I want to know
that's
all
like,
your family's stories of the Instagram.
Dude,
but
yeah.
we'll ask them.
yeah,
maybe if we have time, we'll circle back on it. If not,
whole family tree of food
Yeah.
and drinks there.
well, Wyatt
on
changes, right?
Yeah,
Wyatt's
he
like
had to get all
professional.
professional on him, all correct. But it's always still there.
And this podcast isn't about him; it's about you.
That's true.
And like I said, as we're getting into it, what have you been up to? So, a few of these things that maybe we would talk about is where you were last, and maybe some hardware that you're picking up.
Yeah,
and,
you said you just got home.
Yeah,
let's talk about that.
So I was just in Salt Lake for like a week, probably. Me and some buddies were over there for Bombhole Cup.
Nice.
It was like 4 of us, I think. We just mobbed over from Reno because I've been living in Reno this season, just boarding, doing like some Cali boarding, so it's been pretty sick. But yeah, I was in Salt Lake for like a week, just like after Bombhole Cup, we just decided to stay and board like Woodward and Brighton a little bit more and just like hang out and board with some of the homies and stuff. But yeah, I went back to Reno after that, and then I caught closing weekend for Boreal and North Star, like right after I got home from Salt Lake, and it wasn't like the best. Like it was like snowing for closing weekend. It was like full like winter weather. It was kind of crazy, but it was like fun just to like be up there, just for like closing weekend, just to say I got up there. It wasn't anything crazy.
You wanted it sunny in spring and
Dude, yeah.
parkland.
Kind of
California
after
life.
like
Yeah.
it kind of turns you into a fair weather boarder after living over there. But no, I was also feeling like just so dead and smoked from like just a week straight of boarding in Salt Lake, so I wasn't really doing a whole lot. I was just like cruising like closing weekend.
Cool.
And then I went to Kingvale and I was at Palisades. I was at Squaw like all last week. It was my first time up there all season. I've been meaning to get up there all season, but I've just been like so busy with like traveling and just boarding like all the time, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
But it was sick. Like springtime, my homies told me is like one of the best times to get up there.
And was that the clip that I reached out to you on with that hit? Where was that at?
The one of me overshooting the jump.
Overshooting the jump, which was so sick because you held your style the whole time.
Yeah, very flat. Felt super good. Felt really good.
But where was that at?
That was at Park City, actually, Woodward.
All right,
Yeah,
so-
that was in Salt Lake.
And will you share that story of where you're at and when?
Oh, yeah. So, it was sick. We were just there. Like, Woodward is sick. Because I didn't realize that Woodward and Park City, like, Woodward is, like, separate from Park City. Like, there's Park City, like, the mountain, which is, like, huge. And I didn't realize Woodward was, like, right down the road. And it's, like, just one chairlift, like, on the side of a hill, pretty much. Just like a training facility. Like, they got a super pipe and just jumps and rails, mini pipe, like, anything you could imagine. So we were there. We stuck around for the uninvited, but yeah, that day was the only day where I was able to. It was our last day there, actually, because the next day we drove back to Reno. So that day was like the only day I was able to hit that big jump. And it was so much fun, dude. That thing was
Massive.
It was so much fun. It was like
So how big was it?
it was probably like, I don't know, maybe like 55.
And then you sent it down to Mexico.
And
so
then,
put
but
like
yeah,
another
that one
30
attempt,
feet
I
up.
probably went like 65 on that one, just to the flats. But, the attempt right before that, I came up about probably 2 feet short on the knuckle and just destroyed my knees and cased, full case action. And then it was pretty sick after that, just going to the bottom. I was like, okay, this is cool. Speed
Did
for
you hit
this
it a
thing
third
is-
time and get it
I
dialed?
did, dude. Yeah, well, I kept hitting it after.
Okay.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to keep hitting it after that, but I was like, I'm lapping this thing with like Benny Milam and Danimals and like Cooper Whittier, like some insane dudes
Big
that are
dogs. You
just
got big dogs.
like ridiculous. Like it was like end of the day when we were hitting that thing, and I did not want to hit that thing because I was like so fried. It was like end of the day. And we're just like sitting there. And Benny's like, yo, like I heard they raked and salted the big jump. Like, you want to go hit it? I'm like, dude, Benny Milam's asking you to go hit a jump. Like, I can't say no to that, dude. Like, and it was so sick. I'm so glad I did. Like, ended up doing one of my pretty much my first like back 9 on that thing. Because I did one like week prior for Bomb Hole Cup. Because for me and my buddies did the pro division in the Park Showdown.
Where you had to do a 9.
Yep.
The
required. Mandatory 9 off the jump, first hit. And I've been battling like a little bit of an ankle injury because I kind of messed it up in February. I like pulled some stuff. So it's kind of been like an issue because I haven't given it like time, I've just been like boarding all the time. So I did back, what is it? Like probably like back 840 straight to my toe edge. I landed it. I didn't like eat shit or anything, but I knew. I was like, dude, I'm going to destroy my ankle doing this 900. Because the jump wasn't even like, I mean, it like was big enough, but like.
The bomb jump.
Yeah, it wasn't like the ideal jump for you to do a 900 on. Like, Nils Mindich and all these other dudes got that. Like, they're going cork 9, like, they got that in the bag. Like, it was one of my first, it was the same deal last year. I'm like, dude, I've never done a 900 before, and I gotta, like, it's kind of nice, though. It just, like, forces you to, like,
a little nudge.
Huck it, So you, like, start to get the feel, but that day at Woodward, I was like, dude, I have to do, like, an actual good one, or else I'm gonna be so mad at myself. And I'm glad I did. I was a little bummed because like after I landed that first one that I like posted on my Instagram or whatever, the homie that was like standing on the knuckle getting clips like left, and I was like, oh shit, like I was trying to get that clip, like I need that clip, dog. And I know, like I knew who he was. I just like didn't know like if I'd like see him again, I'm like, I need that clip. But I was like riding up the chair with Benny again, and Benny was like, yo, like if you want to do it again, like I got you on the follow cam. And now like looking back on it, dude, I'm just like, shit, like I wish I would have taken that up on him. Like, imagine just the Instagram post with the Benny Milam like film cred, be so sick. But
so it sounds like to me you're starting to live some of that dream maybe, and we'll kind of get into that. But I think that you're creating this community outside of the local community that we have. So that's awesome that you've been able to spread your wings and start riding with these like literal big dogs of
it's been insane
of it,
like so. Last week at when I was riding Squaw, Palisades now changed it.
Politically correct now.
I was ripping with Blaze Rosenthal like all week. It was so sick. Just like I met him like the day before at Sugar Bowl, and we were like ripping. He was like getting clips of like the homies, and then like saw me like doing some stuff. I was like, yo, like can I clip you up? And I was like, yeah, dude, like for sure. Like if you want anything filmed, like let me know, And then just like it's like got his number and was like hit me up like, yo, like, let's go ride Squaw, let's go ride Palisades. Same place. It's the same place. But
it's Die Hard.
It'll always be Squaw.
It was sick though. It was pretty insane because I mean like he's like
it's so rad.
He's like legend, him and like KJ too, like Kevin Jones, like pretty ridiculous. Like just like you don't really like think about it too much when you're like riding with them like in the moment, obviously, because you're like bored and just like having fun and like. I mean, obviously, you're like, holy shit, like, this dude's a legend. Like, I'm on a chairlift with this guy. But it's like, you're just, at the end of the day, you're just bored.
That's because you can hold your own. Like, you're finding your feet is what I'm seeing. And we'll kind of touch on this, like, kind of going with some of your backstory. But I feel like you've found, like, your groove in it. Like, the confidence level, where you're at. Mm-hmm. And I told your dad this, and I'm just, like, not blowing smoke. But, like, I absolutely love your style. Because to me, it has the
Thank
era
you.
that I grew up watching with the twist of what's new. And when I saw you go big on that one and you dumped down, like you went straight to the the border on that one, I was like, I absolutely love this. Like I am like this is the best. And just seeing the vibe and energy that you have going. So awesome that you're meeting those people, that you're getting the foot in the door. And before we hop in it, and I didn't really have this, but what about like are there sponsorships? Is it flow? What do you have going on right now? You're riding spring break.
I mean, yeah, I like.
Can you talk about it?
I've been. I mean, yeah. It's not like I don't get paid to snowboard, dude. I'm not a professional snowboarder. I don't get paid to snowboard, but it's like, I mean, getting free shit obviously helps out a lot, and I'm very appreciative that I'm able to get stuff sent to me, and I have people who like believe in me and like support me like that. So yeah, I mean, like, I've been riding Capita for a minute, like since we were riding Stevens Pass when we were kids. And then just recently, like last year, when Spring Break came out with the Resort Twin, like their first park board, excuse me, one of the homies that was like sending me he's still like, this is still the dude that sends me my boards, but he was like, yo, like we're trying to get people like on this and like push this board, because it's like, you know, their first park board, like trying to build some hype around it. And that was the one that I was riding that had the spider on it.
Oh yeah. Is that the spider?
That was the first year.
Influence of the tattoo, spider tattoo. Is there any correlation
Dude,
to that?
I didn't even realize when I got this spider tattoo on my leg. I'm like, holy shit, this is the same thing that's on my snowboard. I didn't even realize. Didn't even plan for it.
Kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
But
though.
it's kind of funny
Yeah.
though. But anyways, yeah. So now I was riding. I was like, yeah, like I'm down to like try this thing out, you know, because I was on the Outsiders for a minute, the Capita Outsiders, and that's still probably one of my favorite boards, just because it's like a stiffer park board. So it's like
So the board that you're riding has a little more.
it's
flexibility.
it's a little softer.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like, it's really fun. It's really fun and playful, but it's not like, it's still cambered, so it's not a noodle. And it's what is it? It's like a 5, I think, on like the flex
On
scale.
Yeah.
5.5 maybe. The Outsiders I rode was a 6. And the Outsiders are just nice because it was stiffer, so like on jumps I feel like it wouldn't loop out as easy if like my weight was a little too far back or too far forward or something like that.
Yeah.
So like I'll sometimes notice that with the Resort Twin, like just the softness difference, you know, or the difference in flex, however you want to say that. But
Yeah, we're nerding out over here.
Yeah.
Let's get a little nerdy on the board tech.
but like now I got that new one, like the one that's coming out. Well, I mean, shit, I guess it already came out. It's technically next year's, but they're already releasing them, I guess. And that, like when I got that one, like freshly sent to me, I took the bindings off that old one that had the spider on it and flexed the old one and then flexed my new one. I was like, dude, you'd think the old one was like reverse camber, like with how much that thing flexed. It was like crazy. I also think I kind of snapped it too, so
Probably.
it might make it a little softer.
Yeah.
You only
any
go
other-
through one board a year, or
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously have like more than one setup.
yeah,
Like I have like a Kazu that I use for like backcountry jumps. Like that's like kind of my bigger like jump board, I guess. But like the Spring Break is what I ride like
Your
pretty
daily.
much every day. Yeah. And then I have like a powder racer, like a Spring Break powder racer for like a pow board, and then I just got that and like a split board too, which I'm pretty stoked about. It's kind of nice having like the same solid and like a split.
For sure.
nice.
But like split boarding's been sick, so I like just started getting into that. But I guess back to the sponsors. I'm kind of taking a turn
no, you're
here.
good. No, I love it.
Kind of getting on a tangent, but
That's all right. We would rather have you talking than not talking. Are there others? Like, I mean, where else are we at?
I mean, like I'm not getting paid. I'm just getting like
Yeah.
homies
Maybe
just,
you
like,
will
here,
now.
like support me. But yeah, so Capita Spring Break, like technically like the same company, just like different, you
Right.
know, same but different. Union for bindings, best bindings ever. I wouldn't ride anything else. That's all I've been riding.
We're on.
All I've been riding. I just got on the Ultras a couple years ago, and now those are like my favorite bindings ever.
Do they break on you?
Break?
Yeah.
I've never had my unions break. I've never had my unions break, or I've never had disco foot. All of my homies, like all of them, complain about disco foot all the time. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're doing wrong, but I've never had disco foot in my entire life. And maybe it's because I mount up a board and don't take the bindings off of it for a whole season, so that Loctite's just like fresh on
It's
there,
literally
you know?
there, yeah.
But
But
sometimes the first time is like they're gonna be the best for disco foot.
yeah, I don't know. I've never had that issue, and I've never like broken a ladder. Or, like I used to have issues with like the forward lean adjusters on like the old bindings when I was a kid, but I mean, like now I'm riding the Ultras, and those don't even have a forward lean adjuster. It's just built in. So it's like
I broke one of those.
one less
recently.
thing to, and like those definitely like break, but I've never broken bindings. Like, yeah, Union for bindings. I've been riding Smith goggles for a bit.
Love those.
I don't know. Might be switching it up here in a bit. Might not. Who knows? You know.
Yeah. Keep us guessing.
But
Whatever someone throws your way.
shit. What else? 32 for boots. Like
Yeah.
been on 32s for a minute. 32s are so sick.
Sweet.
And just all the homies that are like associated with 32 are so sick.
Yes.
So it's like
Killer
just
team.
such
got a crew
such
right
a good,
now.
Such a good time.
Like lights out.
Just dude, it's insane.
Well, I mean, all of it. I mean, all three of those. Capita.
Yeah. It's
Union,
it's
32.
Yeah, sick to be surrounded by like those kind of people, or at least try and like, you know, get yourself in with those kind of people.
Yeah. It's you know
But,
it's building that community.
yeah.
And you're there. So that I mean you're right there.
So 32. I've been getting some Air Blaster like outerwear for the last couple seasons, and that's been so sick. Like Air Blaster's so dope.
Your kids are sick.
I love Air Blaster. I love Air Blaster. It's so much. It's like
Hey,
it's
Air
a-
Blaster. We got a great.
It's like
individual
it's like a smaller company too. You know, like they're not huge like Volcom or like Dakine or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
like, and they're out of Portland, I believe. I believe that's where they're like based out of, or like where the company was founded.
I don't know. Sorry.
I think it's
But
definitely
we
Oregon.
love you guys. We love you guys.
It's definitely Oregon.
And we need O-Dawg. We need O-Dawg on the team. He needs to be a staple for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let's hope so. You know, anything can happen, I guess.
Yeah, you're
But-
you're doing the thing.
Wind wax. I've been getting some wind
Uh-huh.
wax. That's been super nice. That wax is so good, dude.
I was going to ask you later how you win all the races.
Oh yeah, we're gonna address that. We're gonna circle back to that. Well, I hope that continues and you get the flow, of whatever it is to help you snowboard.
Yeah.
And-
Give the man some support.
Pistol board shop too.
Oh yeah.
Can't forget that one.
Yes, thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
So we know kind of where you're at now, and so we're gonna cycle back through with your origin story. So how did you get snowboarding? Were you a camp kid? Did you get to go to camps? Let's do like a quick popcorn of just kind of
Yeah.
give us some bullets of where you got started and did you do the camps?
Yeah, I went to camp when I was a kid. I went to High Cascade when it was sick, like when they still had the skate park and government camp and like all the bowls behind what is it, Charlie's, I think is what it's called, or whatever that like pub.
We never went to camp.
It's a restaurant like right behind this ice cream place that gets set up. It's called Volcano Cones. Best ice cream like cones like ever. It was so good. But anyways, went to High Cascade for like two summers, maybe 3. It might, I don't know. I want to say 2 or 3. And then after that, we did camp for a year in Whistler in the summer.
Nice.
Because we signed up for my parents signed us up for Camp of Champions when we were kids, and I was so stoked. I was like, dude,
bet.
I was like, Camp of Champions is the sickest thing. Like, I'm gonna go there, see all of these crazy snowboarders, and like, I'm gonna get so good at snowboarding. Like, I was so stoked as a kid.
At what age?
I don't even remember. Dude. I was probably like,
11s?
yeah, probably something like that. 12 or 13, maybe 13. Because that was when I like started getting off like the little kid boards, I
Yeah.
think.
Middle school.
Yeah, it was probably like early middle school, I want to say. And then Camp of Champions went bankrupt right before we were able to go. So I was quite bummed.
You're crushed.
Quite bummed. And then the homies started something called Whistler Valley Camps, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And
According
so
to your dad.
that's what we ended. Yeah, that's what we ended up going to. In the summer, 'cause there's like a glacier up on Whistler or whatever, like in that back bowl. It's so sick. They got like just a fat T-bar set up, and it's just like 2 like camps going. And that was insane because I like had a lot of friends up in Canada too. So I'd always wanted to go and like ride with them because I'd only see them when they'd come to the States for like contests and stuff or like races.
What's that? I'm trying to think. Is it Truth?
Truth. Yeah.
Oh.
Truth's the homie. I've known Truth since I was like all those dudes, like Truth, Finn, like all like that whole like Canadian crew. We like grew up riding with them. So I've known them since I was probably like, I don't know, like 10 years old or something like that. Like it was sick. There's still like, I got a picture of all of us like in the RV when we were kids with like just long hair. Like we all look like rats.
No, that's awesome. So that you were able to go to camps. And then when were you on a board? Were you on a board as soon as you...
Pretty
like,
much.
You don't even remember?
I don't really remember like the first time I was on a board, but I remember like being on a board when I was young, like growing up riding like Schweitzer and like just learning how to rip. Because when me and my brother were little, like growing up snowboarding, my parents had a condo up at Schweitzer, and I don't remember like exactly how often we'd like go up there, but I just remember like my dad would set up like we'd have like this little like park like behind the condo. So we had like a little drop in with like a box and shit. And me and my brother are like, dude, we're probably like this tall, just like in like clothes
3 apples high.
Yeah, clothes that are like too big for us, just like super high pitched voices, just like hitting this box. My mom still has the video. It's so funny. I'm like yelling at Wyatt to hit the box. My hat, like, come on, Wyatt, like do it.
I don't know if much
So
has changed
funny.
because when I hear you laugh sometimes,
Dude, I hate my laugh.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
I feel like I annoy people with my laugh, but I could care less, to be honest.
Exactly. Who cares? I love it for one. So you have a family background of being on the mountain. I even wrote an article for Out There when it was pitched to say like who are some young bloods in the area. Yeah. And I reached out to Josh Andell at Pistol and said, hey, what's the pulse out there? I also talked to Zach Lingo, who is running the terrain park in Mount Spokane. Both of them said, there's these 2 brothers, Cline, like you'll know the dad. And I was like, man, I don't know. And then, I wrote an article. So that was our first, real introduction. Yeah. And how I got to know you. Yeah. And then from that, I remember I would see you all the time at the mountain. And it'd be like let's take a Friday night and you'd be riding with just maybe high school friends. Mm-hmm. You were constantly on the mountain as soon as I know that you were driving. So I loved seeing that.
That was
like
the nice thing.
Your own passion, right? Like it wasn't just the family doing it. You found your love for that. Yeah, for sure. And like I wasn't like pushed like too hard as a kid, obviously. Like my dad didn't want me to like I didn't do like USASAs or like I did a couple, but like I'm like, dude, this shit's stupid. Like I don't want to do this stuff. Yeah, they weren't like soccer mom and dad parents. No, not like in the soccer world. No, not like you gotta be this, you gotta be this. Just like, dude, like you're on your snowboard, like enjoy it, like and that's like the best part is like now, like you said, I've like found my own like love for it and like I'm gonna do this shit until I can't do it anymore, Yes. So it's like, and I'm sure like that was probably a goal of my dad's to instill in me. but I'm sure there was a little around that. But it's like sick. So it's like, kind of like how people say it's not a sport, it's a lifestyle. So it's like that's my stance on some shit me and my dad are gonna do until we're like. Obviously, he can't anymore. He's going to do it till he can't anymore. Yep. Yeah, exactly. So it's. Oh yeah, Mr. Like who doesn't seem that competitive, and he's like still winning races. So to kind of continue that thought of your story, what did you? So you finished. I know you finished high school early. right?
Yeah.
Did you do like running start as well?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you didn't do that traditional path. To kind of give a little background. So you didn't. So tell us a little about that, and then where did you go after? Because there's been a theme from Riley as well as.
Yeah. So I didn't really care for like high school too much. Well, I got good grades. Like, you know, like I cared in that aspect. So I like didn't want to come home and like get reamed up by my parents for like having shitty grades, you know. So like I had good grades and like obviously like I cared about getting good grades, but like I didn't do like sports or nothing in high school, or like, you know, I didn't like care about like the social status that like everyone cares about in high school, you know.
You're
like,
a snowboarder.
yeah, I'm like like I could give a shit. So like COVID hit my junior year of high school. I went to Central Valley in Spokane Valley, and COVID hit junior year, and I was like very on the fence about doing running start at SCC, the community college. And my mom was like really pushing for me to do it. She was like, "This will be a good thing for you, you know, like you'll graduate with your AA, blah blah blah." And at the time, I'm in high school, so I didn't realize like how far ahead that would put me, you know. So I was like, "Oh, like whatever, like I don't know if I want to do it," like just pushing it off. And school was gonna be like all online that next
Online
year,
anyway,
you know.
yeah.
So I like realized that, and I was like, well, shit, like if it's gonna be all online, like I might as well just do this and like put myself ahead like while I can. So I did that and just did all online classes, even like with high school too, because they like when they started going back in person, they had like a hybrid class, so you could like choose to stay home and like just do a Zoom or something if you wanted to. And, like you didn't have to go to school because if you were scared or something like that, you know, scared of the voodoo. And so I just did all online classes and didn't go to school, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna go and snowboard all day and come home and do all of my homework on Sunday right before it's due. And I got it done, and yeah, I mean, like ended up graduating with my AA, which was super sick. And now like looking back on it, like I'm so glad like I ended up doing running start, and like very fortunate that my mom like pushed me to do that as well.
I think it's so awesome that she did that, and that you did. I mean, you were done early. That's where I was thinking, like, where
Yeah.
would see you riding all the time.
Yeah,
You
like
finished early. You finished with half of a college degree.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, I was done with my classes like 2 months before everybody else was like I was
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah, dude, I was done with my high school classes in December, and we graduated in like June or something like that. So I was just doing all of my college classes up until then, just like big chilling.
And then you made a pilgrimage
To
west.
Wenatchee,
Yep.
Mission Bridge, the sacred motherland of jibbing. The best place on earth. It's like the Disneyland for snowboarding. It's
Mount
the happiest place on earth.
Mount Spokane. Take notes of what's going on here.
Yeah. Mount Spokane is amazing, but they
But the steel-
Mission Ridge has one thing they don't. That's a rope tow,
It's true.
Yes.
and it's the best rope tow and steel in the
steel
Northwest.
is
Probably
something different there.
the steel. People talk about the steel at
Brighton.
Brighton. Don't got shit on Mission Ridge.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, I
Even
mean,
when I was at Brighton, like, dude, so it's like stuff was feeling sticky, and I'm like starting to feel sketchy 'cause the jibs are making me feel sketchy, and yeah, just like Mission Ridge, you don't gotta worry about that. Hop on a rail, go sideways, and it's like you don't even gotta worry about catching an edge. It's like they're all gonna be greased up.
love it.
And
Well,
it's all the homies there too. It's like,
great scene.
yeah, I mean, well, there's no scene technically.
But that's what makes it great, because you guys you think of all the individuals that go there to go to work. I mean, because you went there did you work?
No.
So that's even better.
That's like also a program I've been on since I graduated high school. I just work all summer, grind all summer, so I can save
To
up
ride.
enough to where I know I can live off of it in the winter and not have to get a job and like not have to worry about like I'm trying to go on a trip, like get a shift covered or something like that.
Right, yeah.
And it's just like another headache. So
We know you're not working at a golf course though, because you know how to.
no. I might be the dude in the buggy out there on the driving range picking up all the balls, just driving around. I'd probably do that. That guy's
That moving target. you
yeah,
mean?
that guy's probably big chilling in there all day. There's nobody bothering him. Don't gotta talk to anybody either. But I don't know. It's been sick for sure. Like I plan on having this program for a while.
I like your program. You're on a good program.
Don't have to work in the winter and just be a little shithead and go on board whenever I want. But yeah, it's like summer definitely is like I don't
stack the cash.
Yeah, stack the cash. Like I'm not afraid to like.
Winter's not
bust
quite
my
over
ass.
for you, is it?
No, it is not. Still got some stuff coming up.
Yeah, and
some stuff in the books.
We'll wrap with that of what you have coming up.
Yeah.
Next there.
Okay.
Word.
And then your next venture was into Reno.
Yep.
That was home base
That
for
is-
this winter.
That's where I'm currently at, and
So-
that I believe that's where I'm going to be at next winter too.
Ooh.
I had a lot of fun out there this season.
So
it was
so why Reno and not like in one of the
like
close?
Truckee
Yeah.
because I'm not in that tax bracket to live up
I was
there.
gonna say it's a lot cheaper.
I don't have the cash like that to ball like those people up in Truckee. Also, if I did want to live up there, I'd probably have to have a job.
Yeah.
Don't want one of those in the winter.
No, we're
so.
sticking to the O-Dawg program.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. And Reno's dope because it's like, it kind of reminds me of here, but just like
Agreed.
a little bigger and well, not even like bigger, just like bigger buildings. There's like casinos and stuff.
Bigger mountains.
Bigger mountains and
But Mount Rose is right there.
yeah, dude, Rose is insane. I haven't even been there, but just like every time I drive by it, I'm like, holy shit, like this is all inbounds.
The drive up is kind of sketchy.
Yeah.
Dude, the highway is gnarly.
There's one corner there but great
Especially
at
if it's
split boarding.
Oh yeah,
Right.
and that's like, we'd even go splitting out. Like we just park at like the Boreal parking lot and just walk under the highway all the way across to Castle Peak is what it's called. And my roommate that I'm living with, I like grew up riding with him at Stevens Pass when we were kids.
And who's that?
His name's Carson Clunt. Fucking ripper, dude.
Sweet.
Homie rips. And he's always ripped since we were like kids, like ripping around Stevens. Like he was always just chucking. Like we always just make him guinea pig the jumps first. Cause like we were all too scared to like test the speeds. So we're like, Carson, you do it. And homie's just always down. But yeah, so he's got a house in Reno and it's like me, him, and like another roommate. And like he's just showing me around like all season, like with the split boards and shit, because he's like super good friends with Kevin Jones, because Carson's been living out there for like 3 or 4 years now, maybe. So he like knows people. So he was like showing me, like introducing me to everybody, like showing me all the zones and stuff. Which
Building community.
Build- yeah.
Doing a little networking, building some community.
showing me the zones. It was dope. Like very fortunate to have him like show me around, because I mean he's got more experience with that than I do. So
Dude, well, I want to be on the O-Dawg program.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's a different kind of snowboarding out
When
there.
we go down to Reno, we know who to call.
For sure. I can't go to the casinos
I
with
was
you
gonna
guys,
say,
but you can have fun.
Stay away from Circus. That's all I gotta say.
So you talk about Stevens, and I'm kind of trying to wrap this up in a couple so we can cover multiple topics. But I was thinking I would like to talk about some hardware that you've won of recently, and then we'll kind of roll that back of some time spent in the RV.
Yeah.
And maybe that's how you got to meet some of these individuals. And so let's start with the hardware and kind of work ourselves backwards, because I know we can think of like the Bombhill Cup
Yeah.
as some hardware, and then we have some duct tape involved too. So
Yeah, very fortunate to be able to snag some duct tape
oh my god,
from the
Legend.
and dude, how old was I? I believe I was in next gen still, like that age group.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that is, like maybe 10 to 14 or something like that. But yeah, I got 3rd place at the Mount Baker Banked Slalom and snagged some duct tape.
That's winning.
That
is winning.
Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, dude, it's
Heavy hitting over there.
I mean, yeah, and like at the time, I probably didn't like obviously realize like how sick it was to have some duct tape from the LBS, but like now I'm like, yeah, this shit's pretty dope. But I've always been wanting to do it again. Like, it's been so long since I've done it. I've just been fiending to get back into that course, dude, because it's so much fun. You're just shitting your pants in that start shack. It's like the scariest, like most nerve-wracking time. It's like no other race does that to you besides the Mount Baker Banked Slalom. It's ridiculous, but it's like it's an experience.
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of like the rite of passage. I always think the rite of passage is riding Mount Baker, and then kind of the next level up would be if you can get in and just to have the experience, let alone take some, duct tape away from that. And then I know you've kind of won things here and there and picked up stuff.
And then I was just at Bomb Hole Cup and got 2nd in the vintage. I unfortunately did not defend my title from last year.
So explain that. So you did the Banked Slalom that they put on. They did a vintage category.
Yep, vintage boards. The board I'm on is I don't even know what year it is, to be honest. It's probably like a early 90s, mid 90s.
Before you were born.
Dad knows. Dad knows. It's his board that I stole from him. Well, he gave it to me technically, but it's mine now.
You won it.
It's like early mid 90s. Rosignol Dave Sione pro model. But it's got, dude, it's so sick. It's got the Jamie Lynn art on it. Like Jamie Lynn did like the graphic for it or whatever. It's like a piece of his art on it, and it says like a painting for Dave Sione from Jamie Lynn, like on the top sheet, like on the base.
Sick.
That's right.
It's super. Like people think it's a lib when they see it, 'cause it's just Jamie Lynn art.
Until you flip that thing over, and
Yeah,
it's like the old
and it's
school
got the
Rosignol,
old school
the circle.
R.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's this like crazy patch job on it from like this gnarly core shot that I got so long ago. There's like this crazy patch job, and it's like perfect, dude. It's just like looks like homie cut like a square out of the base and just like found like a square, like I don't know, like maybe from like a donor base or something, and just like glued it in there, and it's just like perfect. But yeah, so I won on that thing last year.
And then same board
This year, but I got second place. And the homie that got first place didn't even show up. I'm like, dude, you're gonna disrespect like that? Like, come on.
Wait, didn't show up to like the podium?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even show up to like collect his trophy. And I'm like, homie, come on, this is like vintage boards, bro. It's kind of sick. Like, you gotta show up.
And then
I was a little bummed, but I mean.
So I would like to highlight those two, and I know you have other wins in between, but those are some like massive pillars.
There are some pretty heavy hitters in those age groups as well. Like I was on the podium.
Who was who was in the first one? What were those names?
So I got the first year that I did vintage boards last year. That was the one that I won, and second place was Mr. Scott Blum.
Yes.
And then third place was Bodie Merrill.
No shit.
And Bodie got third again this year, and I got second.
Yeah,
He's probably not too happy seeing me up there every year now. He's just like, this fucking kid.
Yeah, and we all love it.
Last year when I won, like Blum and Bodie are just sitting up there on the podium, and they call my name. And they're just like, who the fuck is this kid? They're like, who? Like, what? Like, everyone was so confused. I was just walking up there, like, yup. I was so stoked. We all got, like, our little trophies and shit. It was sick.
That's sick.
To kind of keep it moving forward, just to kind of give a little light that you did have the RV, and I know you did a lot of camping.
A lot.
Around and help expand the connections that you would have in Washington State. And
oh, yeah.
I loved in the front, probably, do you still have did your dad sell
We
another?
still have the RV, but
Still
we
have the
literally
RV.
just had somebody, like, before I left to come here, we just had somebody come over, like, come and look at it. 'Cause he was, like, selling it. But
you had all
so we
the
don't really use it anymore, unfortunately.
And I was talking to your dad, and I remember like the race numbers were all like in the front,
dude,
in the door,
all on the door. I covered the whole door.
But so maybe like hopefully we'll have your dad Jason on here. Maybe he can tell some of those RV stories.
He's got a lot.
So have the extended version when he's on there. But we were gonna do some trivia. But we're not going to do trivia for you. So, I mean, you can.
Damn,
we have
no
some
trivia
we have
for
some
me,
salts for you, but we have something else special for you.
Can I whack a salt?
Yeah, so you can whack a salt. I would like you to whack a salt.
Like right now?
Run through a wall, smelling salt, and then I'm going to ask the question. But it's not like the trivia part. So yeah,
Okay.
let's get after it. You can hold
Bust
on.
these bad boys open.
You can hold on to it. You can pass it down.
Oh, yeah, you got 5.
Five
left.
Running
5
low.
in here.
running low.
You said you got 3, so that's like I'm stoked now because you got more than 3. Might not have any left
Yeah, I
after
mean,
this.
if you want to pull another one out just to make sure that you're loaded for another
I
one,
might
then
have to.
Ryan needs 2.
actually pull 3 of them out. Of
Keep
there.
one in
Let's
the
get.
holster.
We need 3, and you'll keep 2 of them. And once you blast off on that guy, then I'll ask this question.
I can just hit it whenever.
Yep.
Fire. Oh my god!
You can feel that through the airwaves.
All right, I'm ready. Let's go.
I hear you're really good. Oh, that one your eyes are watering so bad.
I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's do it.
So I hear you got some good pickup lines. So what's one of your pickup lines? I need 3 of them. What's your first one?
Dude, I
What's
don't
your
know.
go-to?
I don't know if I have 3. I kind of just say the same one every time.
Okay.
So if I like match with a girl like on Tinder or something, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this is like the go-to right
Okay,
now.
I was thinking this was going to be in person, but I guess we're doing it.
Not many of those going on. Not many of those. Not many of those face-to-face interactions.
Okay, so we're on Tinder.
So yeah, keyboard warrior over here. So hit her with the "Don't I know you from somewhere?" Never met this chick in my life, by the way. Forewarning.
Yeah,
But I hit her
yeah.
with the "Don't I know you from somewhere?" She goes, "What?" I'm like, "I never met you in your entire life. Like, who are you?" Like, "Nah, like you're that girl from my dreams."
I met you in my dreams.
Like, I know you from somewhere. That's so bad too.
And they love it. So I mean,
Sometimes.
ooh, Ryan's going in.
Oh, there we go, dude. It's still lingering in my nose. Like I'm like.
In my dreams.
But
That is firing.
hold on.
Yeah. So do you have others? So I love that.
Dude, I don't. I'm like pretty dry. Pretty like I don't got a whole lot of
So
ammo. I don't got a whole lot of ammo here. You know what I'm saying?
But what about some ladies? I mean, like, do we need to? Are you on the market right now? What do you got going?
Holla at me.
All right, we'll be sure to make sure we link his.
Simply put.
Can
His
you
Tinder
link-
bio.
Yeah, is there a
Link
Tinder
is
bio?
Tinder.
Sure.
Don't hit me on Tinder. I'm about to uninstall Tinder, to be honest with you. That shit sucks.
You need to switch up the
Yeah.
pickup line, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can help me out with that one.
Did it hurt when you fell from heaven?
There we go. There we go.
All right, now you got 2.
I thought you were asking me for a second.
Now,
I was like,
now you got 2. Yeah,
That's like
starting to make
1995.
starting to make me feel some type of way over here.
It hurt when you hit
that was just the smelling salt.
when you hit that jump. It hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, when I went to the bottom, I felt real good on the knees.
All right, so that was our trivia for you. So you're skating through that.
Sick.
But I talked to your dad also, and he was talking about you might be a little OCD with tricks. What maybe like what's an arm flail? What's a no-no? What's good? You're like this is the most serious I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your face,
It's-
your face totally changed, and you were
It's true.
thinking.
Did you say Tindy?
None of those. None of those. But yeah, I mean, pretty much like, I feel like everyone like all my homies like kind of like the same way about it. Probably, like we all kind of like feel some type of way about like, if the like if we do something weird like in the clip, and we're like, oh, like I could probably do it again.
Do
like,
it
clean
again,
it up,
yeah.
But like yeah, like pretty much everything you said, like even just like I'll have the homie clip me up, and I'll do like a little arm flail or something, or like, I don't know, like do like some over zeech or like something like that, and be like,
That's exactly what I have.
No siege. Oh yeah.
yeah, or
Let me cross that off.
yeah, over zeech or just like actual zeech, you know, like to where it's just not even like squared up, and it's like, if it's not proper, then I'm not, you know, I don't want it, because it's like, that's like the picture you put out for yourself.
Right.
Like, if you're only posting sloppy clips and like you coming off the rail like a foot early and like trying the board slide but doing this front crook type thing where you're like doing like a wheelie grind almost, and it's like, dude, like, same thing annoys me. Hold on, I need to talk about this too.
Yes.
Good, 'cause
I need to say this. Same thing annoys me when like people I mean, it's just like beginners in general, to be honest, when they like hit a jump and do the stupid little like method suitcase thing.
Oh my, I am
That shit pisses me
100%
off.
on board. This
Makes me so mad, dude. I'm like, what are you doing?
That is not little kids too.
No, it's like-
those are the guys who tuck down in like the like, you know, like I can
Dude,
go
it's like-
fast, and then they do that move, and they're
And it's like, I feel like that's like equivalent to like homies like zeeching or being soggy on a rail. It's like, bro, literally just go and do a suitcase off a jump instead. Like,
That was me at one point. So
well, I think every like me and the homies do that still, just to like fuck around and like have fun. Like we just like go off a cat track and just like woo, hit like the little bass tap,
think
you
about
know,
it,
just slap the bass really quick.
slapping the beast.
Yeah, little Tina.
a little back stretch. Yeah.
What on that topic? What else like grinds your gears, or what's whack in that you see in snowboarding? Like, what's something that you see, and this could just be like generational, but what's the one thing that you're like, dude, don't do that?
Pants over the high backs. Also, rear rock helmets.
The what?
Rear rock helmets.
Those, like,
the stormtrooper looking
paintball looking
helmets.
things, Yeah. I'm
Like the
with you,
full
dude.
face
Yes,
mask
I'm
shits,
with you.
dude.
Yeah.
It's like,
Those
why?
people's pass pulled. Like, get them out of the mountain.
Dude.
Like,
And it's ridiculous. It's like, you know, they put that on. They're like, damn, I look sick right now.
Oh, the conversation they're having in their head,
and
they
like,
look in the mirror.
dude, oh my god, the people. It's crazy. Like moving to like Reno now and like snowboarding like California, like at Boreal and shit. It's the people watching over there is ridiculous. It's like
Oh, yeah.
everybody,
You get the
everybody's
SoCal
got
people and
everybody's
stuff.
got a chrome dome on. It's insane.
That's wild.
But then I'll just be
I'll
like,
bet you see a lot more down there for sure.
oh, dude,
Yeah.
like ridiculous. Because it's just homies rolling up in Teslas with like four Rurock helmets rolling strong. And you feel bad for them, but it's like, I'll be like, yo, sick helmet. They're like, thanks. Probably just like makes their day. But I'm like, dude, that thing's so stupid.
Just kidding.
I love it.
those things look ridiculous.
But-
I'm with you on the horror.
I'm all for beaver slap though. All for slapping bees.
So this is what I think from where we live, you need some beaver slap because of
Got to.
I mean, not-
People just get like pissed
Annoyed,
off
but-
by the noise. I feel like too.
as soon as you see him go like this, and you're like, all right, let's do it again. Not right in front, like when you're getting on, but like you need to shake. Sometimes when it's wet here,
dude,
you don't want
it's
that.
bad. Your board weighing like 50 pounds.
Yeah, so I mean, it's respect. I like that. 100%. What are you doing outside of snowboarding though? What are your passions there?
Dirt biking.
So I hear you, yeah. So we hear you got a dirt bike. I also heard you have a little pit bike, but also it might be called a little money pit.
Yeah, slight. Slight. I got myself into a slight money pit in that thing last summer when the engine decided to go kaboom on me. But I mean, it was a pit. It's a SSR 110, so it's like a little Japanese pit bike.
Yep. They'll go kaboom for sure.
But dude, I mean, people like dog on them for being like unreliable, like Japanese, like POS, you know. But that thing, me and my
Proved right.
dude, no, not even. Like the engine blew up, like 10 years later, like original engine like blew up, and like I probably rode that thing for months with like no oil in it and shit, and like, so it was about time, you know. It was like about time, and then. Yeah, I like working with my hands and like learning stuff and just like.
So I'm kind of pushing you into
Doing like
some of these topics too. So
yeah.
I know you're riding the dirt bike, and I get to see you, during the summer when you're working your tail off. I see you out on the dirt bike, and the other thing that I see you when you're talking about working with your hands is I want to know what this van thing is that you're making. Are you like selling candy out of there, or are you sleeping in the thing? Like, is that what you're driving down to Reno in?
The second one that you said.
Candy?
Yeah,
Candy?
so I sleep in it. I also drive it sometimes. But yeah, no, I got that thing. It's a 2001 Chevy Astro van, all-wheel drive. It's like, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's like a forest green. So it's like one of the sickest colors, in my opinion. I really like it.
Have you ever heard the song Jesus Drove an Astro Van?
No, I have not.
That's a song.
Now that you say that though, I feel like you're definitely not the first person to like tell me that.
It's a song. It's
There's a
listen to it in the Astro Van, please.
shit. I think there's a song. I think Waylon Jennings sings it. It's called Chevy Van. So I got that one on the playlist sometimes.
Does it have a name?
My van.
Yeah.
Not officially. there's stuff I call it, the bang bus gets tossed around, but
That's when the Tinder was firing.
it's never really been firing, to be honest. But it's that one. Some people call it the Mystery Machine, like from Scooby-Doo,
Scooby-Doo.
which is that's kind of a good one. I kind of like that one. The Bad Astro.
Ooh.
Some people called it that one. Like Benny was calling it that, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like Benny Milam's calling
Yeah,
my
if he's
van.
calling it that, yeah. We'll put a plate on it. Are you skating at all? Like, what else are you kind of up to?
Currently not right now. No, I don't really. I love skateboarding, but I don't really skateboard during like winter season or like while I'm snowboarding because like last thing I want to do is like just go out for like a mellow session like at the park and like end up like wanting to do stuff, and like get after it, and then I'm like rolling my ankle and then I can't board for like a week, I'm
Smart.
just like not really trying to run that risk. And like skateboarding's dope, but it's like I feel like every time I go out on the skateboard I just hurt myself because I'm either like going too hard or probably trying some stuff out of my ability level. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a whole lot of skateboarding this summer just because of my ankle bugging me.
Yeah, let that heal up. Just get back on the O-Dawg program.
Yeah.
And then be ready to ride.
I'm trying to let this thing heal. It's kind of pissing me off. It's kind of annoying me because it's been
And
just
that-
bothering for like a couple months. I'm
So
like, dude.
we need you resting up for a couple days, and we're gonna get to that. But we're gonna do some quick hot takes.
Go.
So try to give us those quick ones.
Cap.
And then we'll. Oh, you ready to do?
Oh, he's gonna do
I'm
it.
about to whack one.
All right. So
Hit me, hit me.
as soon as you whack, I'll start asking with your eyes watering, so I can hope I can keep.
I need to take like a deep breath before this one. Hold up.
Ryan's gonna do one too.
I think so. Might as well.
All right.
Can't
Should we cheers?
Is that,
Yeah, we can do a little
Okay,
cheers
yeah.
here.
There's only one left after this.
That's right. We know where to order more. They can send us some.
Send the homies some salts.
Yo, Bombhole
I'm about to
sponsor
use
us.
all of them.
Run through a wall, smelling salts. Or hot
I'm about to
takes.
clean out their stock. They're gonna need some more. All right, cheers,
Do the
mate.
damn thing. I'm passing this down.
Oh my god, that was worse than the first one.
It's burning my
That was
fingers.
so much worse than the first one. I went so much deeper in the first one on that one.
I feel it in my brain.
I feel like a deer in the headlights right now.
Inside
That's what
it-
I feel
it's
like.
Inside it gets both nostrils. I feel like outside it's always just
Oh my
one.
gosh. Oh, whew.
All right.
Some early morning stuff.
Love it. All right. Favorite resort to ride park?
Mount Spokane,
Mount Spokane. Awesome.
just because of the homies.
Rails, jumps, powder. What's your favorite?
I'm gonna get so much shit for this, but powder.
Yeah.
Powder.
No way.
I love steel. But I would rather ride powder any day if it's
Well, you're
Oh,
sitting
dude,
around
you
a
need to
table.
ride with us.
You're sitting at a table where that is
all
the
of my
correct
homies
answer.
would probably say steel, but I'd rather stick with the feel good.
Well, you're saying
Smart
it
man.
right. You're saying it right with us.
I love steel. I love steel though.
Who's
Steel number 2.
who has the most influence on you right now? Like who are you looking up to, or who are you hanging out with? Like whatever it may be, who's that guy for you?
Well, pretty much all of my homies that I snowboard with are always like that guy for me. But one in particular, I'm gonna say 2 in particular.
Yeah.
Austin Viz and Ryan Clark.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
that's crazy. We had Viz last time as well,
Yeah.
and then Ryan Clark was.
That'll probably be a common
probably
theme
too.
on this podcast.
Was Riley's up and comer.
Yep.
And who? Yeah.
Funnest dudes to snowboard with.
And so you weren't part of this era, but I think you know this era. So do you have a favorite snowboard video?
Yes, it is 12.
12. 12?
It's got shit. What?
Who
Dude,
produces it?
Who produces it? Is it Absinthe? It might be an old Absinthe movie.
Maybe because I don't know them as well.
It was called Jason.
I
Yeah.
think it's
now I'm gonna get
pretty sure.
beat down.
Pretty sure it's an old Absinthe movie. It's got like Nicholas Mueller and
If Milo's in it, I'm sold.
dude, it's so good. And his parts at Snowwater,
Well, we're watching it tonight.
Snowwater or Whitewater,
Whitewater?
Whitewater,
North- yeah,
Whitewater.
yeah,
That's
like-
where it was.
Yeah. So
That's just
Nelson.
over the border, right?
Yep.
Dude,
Love that.
so sick.
Love that place.
It's an Absinthe movie.
Absinthe.
It came out in 2011.
Kids quick with the phone over there.
Yeah,
Like, Digital Warrior? Is that what you were?
Keyboard warrior.
Keyboard Warrior.
Technology
Warrior.
sure is nice.
Keyboard Warrior over here, keeping us up to date. And then, do you have a trick list? Do you have an active trick list going on right now?
Currently,
Yeah.
no.
So the 900.
Currently, no. I just like sometimes, like last season I did, like I had like some tricks written down that I wanted to do. And like, you like work as hard as you can to like accomplish those. But like, I don't know, like this season I kind of just been like, I feel like just trying new stuff like on a whim and
Feeling the
like,
flow.
feeling the flow of it, and like stuff, like an idea will just like pop into my head, be like, oh, like that could be sick, like, and then I'll just like try it. And most of the time, like I've actually surprised myself, and like it comes a lot easier than I expect it to. I'm like, whoa, like that was crazy. Like I thought this would be a little harder.
Yeah,
But I'm not saying like I got it like that. I'm just saying like I feel like I definitely like underestimate myself sometimes, and like I kind of like struggle with like having like the confidence to like try scary stuff sometimes, because I get kind of scared trying stuff on my snowboard. If you believe that one,
I don't believe that. It's like,
Yeah, when I
I
think
think
it's a little scary sometimes.
send it to the
solid
flat on that one.
confidence.
It's a little scary sometimes, but like I don't know. It's like you gotta just do it.
Just do it. But I've seen that progression, and I don't know if it was just the combination of, getting out of your comfort zone, or if it was riding just the 100 laps over and over again.
Dude, I think it was all those weekends in the RV at Stevens Pass when I was a kid.
So it's just accumulation of all of that you've had this progression, and I'll say it again and I'll stand by it, but I absolutely love your style with it. And then seeing
Thank
you. As you're going bigger and doing all sorts of crazy flips I don't even know the names of, and whatever like when you're over there like at Baker like last year, and I was like, holy shit, that was O-Dawg. Like nothing was tagged. I was like, I knew just from the style, and I was like, I know exactly who that is.
That's so sick.
So I love that. I'm sure
Thank
everyone
you.
else here is super stoked that you are, having these experiences, and you get to hang out with like Kevin Jones and, whoever else
Dude,
you're hanging out with,
Insane.
that were monumental in my era, and that's continuing on.
Yeah.
And so that's what leads us to this. What's next for you? What do you have going on? What's going to be the next step for how you wrap out the year?
So I'm actually leaving on Sunday to go to Holy Bowly up in Banff at Sunshine Village.
Yeah.
I'm very stoked for that. It'll be my first Holy Bowly, so I'm frothing for that one. I'm super stoked.
And how many days are you there?
Dude, it is all week.
Yeah, so
it is
week sesh.
Yeah, the 29th through the 3rd. So it's like all next week pretty much. So I'm driving there Sunday by myself, and I was just there last month for another snowboard event. It was called Legend of the Village. So they're both at Sunshine. But yeah, I'll be there the 29th through the 3rd. Probably drive back on like the 4th or something like that.
Is that in the Astro van or is that?
No, I'll probably. I wish, dude. I think I'd be pushing it. Nah, so speaking, I'll probably drive my mom's car to take care of it, to be honest.
The Astro van might not make it through the border.
Yeah.
Not registered right now.
And don't take a
They might see the bed in the back and be a little sussed out.
no black lights.
Be a
No
little
black lights.
suspicious. But yeah, so I'll come back from
Anyway,
that.
holy bully.
Yeah, I'll come back from that on like the 4th. And then as soon as I get home from that, I'm loading up my van and heading to Baker again for Brain Bowl and Sesh Up for like a week probably. That's like,
And that's what I was talking about from
yeah,
last year.
that's like the 6th through the 12th, I believe. So yeah, I'm like, dude, I've been feeling like I'm so busy, like just with like traveling and stuff, like just getting back, excuse me, just getting back from Salt Lake like a couple weeks ago, and then just like like just so much like snowboarding
Straight
and
into
like
it.
going everywhere, and,
Living the
like,
life. That's
Yep.
living the life is
It's
also
been a
called
lot.
the O-Dawg program.
It's been a lot, but it's been sick. So I feel like I've definitely been like traveling the most that I like ever have this season for sure.
It's awesome, dude. Live it up, man. It's fucking great.
It's been sick, and like I'm hoping, next year I'll obviously go like similar,
Yeah.
somewhat the same way. But
Dude, you got it. Put it out in the
just
atmosphere.
hope for the best,
You got it. Let that ankle heal.
Mm-hmm.
And then to close out, what you got? Some thank yous or shout outs or whatever you'd like to say to people listening or not listening. Or
Dude, yeah, just
homies.
all the homies that I snowboard with, and all the homies in general that I don't snowboard with too, that have been there since day one. I could go on with a laundry list of names, but all the homies know who they are. So, family, my parents for literally everything. If I didn't have my parents, I'd probably be face down, butt naked in a ditch on the side of the road. So, thank you, Mom and Dad, for everything. Just like always believing in me. That's been like the biggest thing. Just always having that support system.
Support system, yeah.
They've been the best ever. So, never have like a doubt in my mind that they're gonna be like there, like stoked, or and probably the man upstairs for blessing me with all these trips and these crazy opportunities that I'm able to go on, because I know so many people like wish that they could be like, and it's not like I'm in like a crazy position either, but like just like wish that they could be able to like do the stuff that I'm doing and like go on the trips that I'm going on, meet the people that I'm meeting, and I obviously realize that, and like I feel very fortunate for the position that I'm in because of that. And I'm just very, very grateful for that. And I feel like that has also like kind of shifted my perspective a little bit, because I just like try and take in like the moment, and I'm like on trips and shit. Yeah, like just being present, and, like even having fun, like when we're not boarding, like when the homies are just like kicking it in the Airbnb and stuff, and we're just like shooting the shit, playing like Call of Duty on our phones. It's like that's like almost better than going up and snowboarding all day,
Yeah, those
it's
are
not, but it's fun. It's very
those
fun.
are the interactions that bind forever, though.
Yeah, it's like memories that'll last you a lifetime, and it's like friendships that are gonna last you longer too. So it's very fortunate for the position that I'm in.
Well, dude, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me as
sitting
well.
with us and coming in during your busy schedule. I know we talked briefly, and you're like, "Hey, coming in this day."
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was
can
like
we
kind
get-
of on a whim, but
No, but we love it. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
This is great.
yeah,
Glad we got you here.
Good
I
chat,
appreciate
dude.
you guys. Thank you for having me, and dude, it was sick. It's like first podcast, kind of crazy.
Yeah, man.
Pretty sick, just
Nice
being with
work,
the
dude.
homies. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for having me. Thanks for the time.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
buddy.
Hell yeah.